Hello, my name's Eileen Bowley and this is my video entry to win a year's coaching with Nicola Cairncross from the Money Gym. So here goes. As I'm Eileen Bowley, I'm 48 years of age, I'm one of 6 children, all girls, and South London born and bred. I left school at 16 with some O-levels and some GCSEs and went to work in the Civil Service, Department of Health, and I was there for 28 years until they made me redundant. Although I was there for 28 years, I had a number of jobs, so it was like having different employers every few years because I would move to different roles maybe every 3 years or 4 years, either for promotion or because I just needed a change. If I'd gone as far as I could in one particular role, I'd look for new challenges and where I could learn new skills and work with different people. So I did move every 3 or 4 years, and because the Department of Health is so huge, there was lots of opportunities and lots of different jobs available. As I say, I'd look for jobs that had completely different skill sets needed, so I'd come out of my comfort zone, which was quite scary but also quite exciting at the same time. And I was taking on different challenges, and I found after a number of years that this way of working quite suited me to regularly move jobs. I learned lots of different skills, either in area of IT, different organisational skills, project management type skills, and also working with different people. I think it's very satisfying. I got married at 23 and I had my only child, my son, when I was 28, and in my early to mid 30s I became a single parent. I still carried on working full time. I had full responsibility for my son, so I didn't focus on any career ladder moves. I just stayed where I was but continued to look for interesting jobs as and when I felt the time was right for me. A few years ago I became interested in alternative therapies, and in particular Reiki, and I became a Reiki therapist, and I find it very, very rewarding to give treatments to friends, family, and on occasions I've given some to colleagues, and they found it very, very beneficial, and as I say, I find it very rewarding to be able to give treatments to people. I've done some charity work as well. I've done some charity runs for a local children's hospital. I've done the Inca Trail trek to Machu Picchu, which was brilliant, and I also did the Playtex Moonwalk, which is a marathon length walk, 26.2 miles, done overnight wearing decorated bras, and it's just a fantastic, fun experience. I've remarried about 2 years ago, and I've got full support from my husband and my son, as I've now given him my notice at work because I want to start my own business in the new year. My last official day at work was the 29th of December, and my new venture will start in the new year, and I'll talk about this a bit more later in the video. My low point in my life was many years ago when I was in a very destructive relationship, and my life in fact was being quite seriously threatened. I needed to approach professional people, namely the police and solicitors, for help and advice in how to deal with the situation. They did help me, and I'd been brought up in an environment where private life was your private life, you shouldn't discuss it with other people, and it was deemed to be a bit of a weakness to ask people for help. In hindsight, I realised that asking for help isn't a weakness, and in fact it was a sign of great strength at the time because of the situation I was in. So I think asking people for help was what I learnt from that. And it's funny because it's when you're on training courses sometimes, the trainer might ask, does anyone have any questions? And there's lots of times when people won't put their hand up and say, oh yeah, I didn't understand that. But during the break they say, I didn't understand what that was about, I didn't like to ask because I look a bit silly or a bit stupid. And I think we often do that, lots of us often do that, but I think over time, as I've got more confident, and I think with age, I don't worry too much about asking for help. So that's one of the things I learned from that experience, was just ask, and usually you'll get what you're asking for: help, advice, information. Excuse me. High point in my life was my Machu Picchu trip. It was an amazing experience. I felt very humbled at times with the Peruvians and how they live compared to how we live, but the experience was fantastic, and I signed up to do the trek because I'd worked for 3 years on a project on a secondment for this charity, and I wanted to give something back to the charity. And I thought, well, I'll do one of these challenges they're advertising. I didn't give it too much thought because my main focus was, if other people have done this trek, then there's no reason why I can't do it. And that's one of the reasons why I joined for it. The fact that if other people have done it, why can't I do it? And there is no reason. I followed the training advice about the clothing, and I did it. It was very hard. 3 days up and down mountains, dealing with altitude, etc. Camping with people I'd never met before. Camping I'd never done before. But it was a great experience, and I think what I learned from that was, by staying positive and having that focus, that if other people have done it, why can't I do it? And there was no reason, and I did do it. Also, while I was trekking, I was giving thought to the fact that my mindset had always been, I can't ride a bicycle. We'd never had bikes when we were younger. Any attempt I'd made in later years to ride a bike, I only tried very feebly for 5 or 10 minutes and said, I can't ride a bike. And it was that mindset, I can't ride. So when I came back from the trek, the first thing I did was get lessons. Well, it was a lesson, a couple of hours, and sure enough, I switched my mindset from I can't ride a bike to I can ride this bicycle, when within a couple of hours there I was riding a bicycle. Never ridden one since, but I proved my point that if I change my mindset from I can't to I can, it will work, and it did. And that's what I learned from that, changing mindset, to be positive, that if someone else can do it, why can't I? The highway of wealth I'm interested in is internet marketing, and I only recently came across internet marketing, and it was like a complete revelation, and I felt a bit like Rip Van Winkle. I've been asleep for 100 years. Why did I not know all this was going on? It was just amazing when I found out. But I think we got on our roundabout of life, going to work, coming home, going to work, and it's like we've got blinkers on, not always knowing what else is around. And it's only when I started searching for something else I wanted to do in my life that I've come across internet marketing. And it wasn't just a light bulb moment for me, it was like a floodlight going on. I'm now full of so many ideas of what I want to do, which is why I handed in my notice at work a few weeks ago, because working and what I want to do with internet marketing, the two I just can't do it. So with the support of my husband and my son, I can now take this forward from the new year. There's so many, it appeals to me because there's so many avenues to go down. There's people with businesses that maybe have a website but no traffic going to it. There's product creation. It really excites me, the fact I've got so many ideas on product creation for myself and people I know, and the fact that it's a very changing environment. There'll always be something new. I've only hit the tip of the iceberg, I'm sure, so there's so many things open. It also appeals to me because I hope for it to give me more quality time to spend with people I love, and also I want it to give me quality time and spare time to be able to give volunteer Reiki treatments to people that ordinarily wouldn't even know about Reiki, or perhaps can't afford Reiki. I find it a very giving experience, as I say, and I want to be able to do that. And I would hope internet marketing to allow me some time to do that. I also feel that if I keep the mindset that I had at Machu Picchu, that if other people have made a success with internet marketing as a business, then there is no reason why I can't. So I need to keep that positive frame of mind, stay motivated and stay committed. And that's why this coaching program has fallen exactly at a good time for me, because the coaching program starts beginning of the new year, which is exactly when I'm starting my new business. So I'd like as many votes as I can for me to win this fantastic opportunity of a year's coaching. So thank you, and a happy new year to everybody.